Good morning, welcome to Iridium Rock and Metal Reviews. Hope everyone's doing okay. Today we're going to carry on with the ranking the songs from the years 1999. It was going to be a bit of a shit year actually, but some good news. Someone's told me about a couple of projects and they now going to make it to my list of the favourite songs of 1999. So they are what I didn't know about this. I've heard of one of them, but didn't listen to any of it. The other one, never knew anything about, and it's made it into my list. So I'll explain more as I go on. But so 1999, I've got 5 songs. I know it's still not a lot, but it would have been 3. That would have been a disaster. So finding new music again. There's nothing better than finding new music. So I'm from my number 5 to 1, 5 to 1, obviously. Starting with number 5. Slipknot, Wait and Bleed. Slipknot more than likely will make my lists of favourite songs because I always find that they do a few fantastic songs on an album, even though the album as a whole wouldn't make my top, because it's the extreme vocals, you know, even though Corey Taylor isn't quite as extreme as some extreme metal, obviously. I just prefer him when he sings, you know. And Wait and Bleed is a pretty cool song. I remember when it came out, I was a lot more into it then than I am now. But it's pretty good, you know what I mean? Most of it's a bit of rapping, it's a bit of shouting, but mostly singing. So I like it when Slipknot, when you can hear what the Corey Taylor's singing. I think it's good. They can produce some brilliant songs, you know. This is one of them. And when I first heard this, it sort of blew me away a bit. Obviously, seeing them in the masks and all that shit as well was pretty cool. So that's my number 5. My number 4, Korn, Somebody Someone from the Issues album. So at this stage, I could see some faults in Korn. You know, their first 3 albums were probably my favourites. They were my favourites. And at this stage, it started to sound a bit samey, like they're running out of ideas a little bit for me. And, you know, it might be that by that time as well, the end of the 90s, the new metal thing was fully in, you know, getting into there, and there was other bands around, and I don't know, but Somebody Someone I think it was a single, but it's a really good song on a not so brilliant album, probably like an average to good album. But that's my number 3. Right, my number 2. I've got to pronounce this properly. So this is one of the ones. So Mark Clower, who's a subscriber to my channel, has suggested a couple of tracks, or a couple of albums, a few albums actually, featuring Tony Martin. What a great vocalist Tony Martin is. My second favourite Sabbath vocalist behind Dio. I'm not even going to say what's my third because I'll get shot, but Glenn Hughes did quite a good job. Look, Ozzy fans, I appreciate what Ozzy does. I really do appreciate what he does. Without him, you know, a lot of the metal we wouldn't have around now. I admit that. But, you know, if you're not into someone's voice, although I like some of Ozzy's stuff that he's done, some of his solo stuff's quite good. Even some Sabbath stuff is good. But he is literally my least favourite vocalist of Sabbath. I know that's like sacrilege, isn't it? I mean, I'm definitely going to get my ass kicked by someone one day. Someone's going to see me walking out of the street. I'll be minding my own business. It'll be someone who's seen one of my videos, and all of a sudden I'm going to get attacked by an Ozzy fan. I fucking know it. I know it. I will. There you go. So let's get him back on track. My number 3 it's by a band or a project called Giantini, and this guy is an outstanding guitarist who I didn't know anything about. Tony Martin's joined him on this project, so he's got, so I can see, I was reading up about it, 4 projects. This is project 2. I don't know if Tony Martin's been on all of them, but so what I've done is Mark Clower suggested a few of the outstanding songs on this album. But the one that stood out to me, the ones that he said were good, is Saved by Love. So I haven't actually heard them all yet, all the albums, but I can't not include it because I'm up at that year and I can't not include it. It's made it in at number 3. A brilliant song, Saved by Love. Absolutely outstanding. And the guitar sound that this guy's got as well, it's so heavy, but it's like classic sort of rock. But so heavy, the guitar sound, and it sort of makes it sound more modern. And with Tony Martin's brilliant voice over it, can't go wrong. So thanks, Mark Clower, for that. That's my number 3. Thank you, Mark Clower, also for number 2. So this is off the... I have heard of this, but never actually listened to it. I heard of it. It's the Cage album. And with Tony Martin again, guesting. Haven't looked a lot into this. I know it's another project from a guitarist, I believe, but I've chosen Soul Searching, which is an absolutely brilliant song. So much feeling in it, and Tony Martin always gives 100%, doesn't he, on his vocals. What a song that is. And yet again, this might not be the best one on the whole album because I haven't had a chance, but this is the one that Mark has recommended and I love it, so I had to include it because I was doing this year 99. That's my number 2. 2 brilliant ones that made it even above the ones that I knew. Excellent, and now I've got some new music to listen to again. And my number 1 is Rage Against the Machine, Calm Like a Bomb. You know what, I know Evil Empire is the album before is looked at as a really good album, one of their best. It wasn't at the time, but it is sort of now. But Battle of Los Angeles for me is so much better. I think they brought all their energy and aggression back on this album. And Calm Like a Bomb is an outstanding song that's got such a groove to it. It is brilliant. So off the Battle of Los Angeles album, like I said, real return to form for Rage Against the Machine. They didn't really go anywhere. They didn't have a bad album, but I think this is one of their best, without a doubt. It's probably the next best one after the debut. So that's it. That's my 5. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Mark, again for introducing me to some brilliant new music. And I really recommend, if you haven't heard the stuff from Giantini or The Cage, listen now. You won't regret it. All right, cheers, and I'll see you next time.